afternoon to you. This is your BTV News, broadcasting live from Gaborone. My name is Kylo Sabona. Our headlines: the president is expected to arrive in Kenya soon to attend the ongoing 6th session of UNEA. While the construction of Pandamatenga silos complete and set for commissioning. And in sports, 2 local women referees make it to the panel that will officiate at the 13th Africa Games in Ghana next month. Dumelang. Now, the President, Dr. Masisi, has emphasized the importance of United Nations' current country program, saying it coincides with Botswana's vision of achieving its sustainable development goals. And President Masisi made these remarks when receiving the UN Development Program Director for Africa, Me Ahuna Ezikonwa, who paid a courtesy call on him this morning. Kikanse Kumalo.
The United Nations Development Program established a 5-year country program aimed at addressing key developmental challenges within Africa in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. President Masisi appreciated the program, saying it fits well with Botswana's future economic aspirations.
We're very happy with the new country program as we move from the old country program that focused a lot on HIV and AIDS. And this $33 million budget for the current country program, we think will serve our needs if we remain focused to the areas, because they overlap beautifully with our planning outlook and our vision. The current government wishes to carry on with what we've been doing and expand it. So it's along the lines of a knowledge economy, the entrenchment of that. And so we feel strongly that the current country program fits well with that. We have adjusted our planning cycle to be in sync with our electoral cycle. Okay. And that was the reason for the transitional plan, which was 2 years, so that we make the necessary adjustments.
The regional director's visit to member countries, including Botswana, intends to engage on progress made, challenges, and even viable solutions. She applauded Botswana for its thriving economy as well as her stable democracy.
I wanted to meet the leadership of this country, including the president who I just met with, to understand what the vision is for development in this country and the strategy for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Botswana is one of the most peaceful countries on the continent, but also it has enjoyed successive peaceful democratic transitions. It is doing well in terms of the economy, and we wanted to understand also how Botswana's experience can also serve other countries in our South-South cooperation strategy. So the President and I spoke about some of the good practices here, both in terms of economic diplomacy, but also governance, and how we can structure services to other countries from here. But we also spoke about some of the challenges that Botswana is having, and the role that UNDP and the UN system as a whole could play in supporting homegrown solutions to those challenges.
The UNDP's Africa Regional Director is also expected to engage with local stakeholders, women leaders and the youth to enhance partnership opportunities in the country. Kikanse Kumalo, BTV News, Gaborone.
And the President, Dr. Masisi, departed for Nairobi, Kenya this afternoon to participate at the 6th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly this week. This year's session zeroes in on thematic aspects of inclusion and sustainable multilateral action with focus on areas such as climate change, amongst others. This session gathers various heads of states, ministers, business leaders and environmental activists from across the globe. President Masisi is expected to address a high-level forum tomorrow, highlighting Botswana's position and milestones in tackling environmental challenges, as well as general contribution to collective global aspirations of environmental governance. On the sidelines of this forum, the President will also have a bilateral meeting with Kenyan President Dr. William Ruto in fostering the two countries' cooperation in areas such as agriculture. President Masisi is expected to visit the Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center. The Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Justice and other government officials are among the presidential delegation to Nairobi, Kenya. Now, the Minister for State, President Bomoraeng, implored the young people to leverage on potential presented by proper usage of digital media and use of technology to earn a better living and significantly contribute to the growth of the country's economy. He echoed the sentiments during a networking session with the newly formed Botswana Online Media Association in Gaborone.
The Botswana Online Media Association was established in 2022, driven by the experiences of other traditional media had to endure during the COVID-19 pandemic era. Botswana currently has 30 media online platforms, which the minister said could help young people explore the opportunities that can be tapped from the use of online media platforms, which has enormous potential to grow the economy. Now, with the country embarking on the fourth industrial revolution, Mr. Moraine said aimlessly scrolling through the internet without utilizing its endless opportunities should be the thing of the past.
Bona le potential ya gore hoka rudisa itsholelo ya lehatshe la rona. Hoka rudisa itsholelo ya gago wena ka sebelebele ka namana ya gago. O ka kgona gore botshelo ba gago bo etoge, o ka kgona go iphira, wa ba kgona go hira ba bangwe, wa ba kgona go tokahatsa itsholelo ya gago le ya ba bangwe. Mo go bo go ra gore itsholelo ya lehatshe la rona le na le seabe mo go boneng gore le ka hetola itsholelo ya lehatshe la rona ya.
Boma shared the same sentiments with the minister, but alluded to some challenges that persist in the online media industry.
Challenge eri itetse mo malokong a rona ne le gore bontsi ba bone ba ntse ba itseela gore o itiretse page ya bona le 100,000 likes kana followers but mme ba sa khone go itse gore mme kana go this is a business. Most of them ne retailer gore they've not been incorporated as companies go sipa ya kana mo gora gore go thata gore ha ile go rona le platform ntsenya e leng gore kana there's a media business, there's no how you can generate any revenue ka di advert go thwa hetsu o sa dirile some individuals o sa incorporate
so rona le online media kana le bo re batla eng kana go hapela ga mo puso. The first issue ya ka go setse go kile ga bua e leng gore le bagui ba buileng including Leonardo na bua ka issue recognition. That is the first thing as online media saying what has talk. But this thing has been a very huge challenge in the way
Upholding professional standards and credibility reporting news online was said to be key. Therefore, the association highlighted on their continued efforts to advocate for policies that regulate operations and service delivery on the online platforms. Somulegai, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister for Justice, Ramachana Shamukuni, says the ongoing 6th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly in Nairobi gives Botswana an opportunity to look for partnerships to build a climate-resilient economy. The world's top decision-making body on the environment, UNEA, aims to help restore harmony between humanity and nature to improve the lives of the world's most vulnerable people. Batami Malawi.
Botswana comes into this meeting ready to find solutions to global environmental challenges, as well as to strike possible partnerships that will help in its endeavors to tackle environmental challenges that have affected different sectors of the economy, such as agriculture and tourism. However, the country is not only basing on external partnerships, as government also invests heavily in environmental initiatives.
We are basically looking for opportunities for collaboration with strategic partners, to assist us on various issues so that we deal with issues of environment, particularly issues around climate change. We want partnerships around financing to ensure that our economy is climate resilient. And we're looking at sectors like agriculture, tourism, and water and mining. We're also looking at technical expertise to assist us with the necessary technical expertise so that we deal with issues of environmental concern.
For the upcoming financial year, more than 1.3 billion pula has been allocated to address the effects of climate change, while more than 1 billion pula will go towards research and development, which is deemed crucial in finding lasting solutions to emerging environmental challenges.
We want applied research, that will assist us in formulating informed policies, so that we are able to direct our energies into, issues that we know we will be able to manage. We want research around, issues of agriculture, how we can make our agriculture more resilient in the face of this climate change.
Agriculture is one of the industries that has been hardest hit by the effects of climate change. However, Botswana remains resolute in finding ways of attaining food security amidst this adversity.
We want to ensure that there is food security, and we have to go out and farm. But we also need research that will allow us, come up with necessary varieties of crops to plant in the face of this unfriendly climate. So we basically need to strike that balance. Thank you.
Minister Shamukuni has also reiterated that addressing climate change and other environmental issues is not a task that each country can fight on its own from within its borders. There is need for partnerships, financial aid, and sharing of technical skills to better the environment. Batami Malabe, BTV News, Nairobi, Kenya.
Kosikari Laboraro of Bakwena has informed residents of Tsoani village in Takatukwano constituency that a date of the 12th of March has been set for the residents to elect their Kosi. Kosikari made the announcement in a quarter meeting addressed by the State Minister for Local Government and Rural Development, Restabel Mudukanele. The village has been the Kosi since 2019 when Kosi Utisitesengawane retired. Jessica Pilani.
Tsoani settlement in the Takatakwena constituency became a village many years ago. In 1989, Khosi Utusitse Sengawane was elected a leader by residents as the chieftaincy of this village is not hereditary. However, his retirement in 2019 caused disagreements among residents as to who should now lead this village. As such, the matter deemed it necessary for the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development to consult further and come with a solution to resolve this issue.
Go botlhokwa thata gore ga le motse o le kana le nne le bogosi kana le ba ba le gogang ka gore kgosi ke yone thotobolo dithabollo le dilo tse dingwe tse dintsi ga go sena pinagare mo motseng di salla ko morago jaanong se ke tanka sone ke thomo le tshwetso tona a itsereng morago ga ditherisanyo tse neng tsa dirwa ba gaetso. Tshwetso ya ga tona ke gore lona le morahi wa Tshwane la go dirisa yone tsela ele go ithopela yo le dumelang ele ene a ka le goga.
Le ne le na le maina a le neng le a ntshitse mme ka gore re santse ra go nna hatshe re thopa gore nako e santse e le teng gore ha ile gore le oketsa di candidates le dire jalo.
Even though this decision made some residents happy, some are still unsatisfied.
ra utlwa mme nna ke le nosi ga ise ke nne le kgotso ya ditshwetso tse di tserweng ka gore tumelo ya mene le gore re phuthile go gotlhe ra neela puso se re se ngwangwaregang kgotsa se re se bonang
ga ke sologela gore le ene kgosi ga na re o neela ngwana a gago go ne go le phoso ka gore go tswahela gone ko motsemogolo molepolong batho go tswa ko molepolong bana ba neela bana ba bona.
The area MP, Mr. Friction Luwe, also raised some concerns regarding issues of bogosi in his constituency.
Ke a leboga gore o bo o tsile gompieno a ta go ba solohetsa mongame kgosi lena ba solohetsa gore ke tata jaanong le tla go itseela ditshwetso sello sa me sa bogosi ga se mo tshwane hela kgosi o sala tlhokagala ko tsetseng re modukanele go ntse go tshwana hela le kwano ko tsetseng ga re ba go tempa ko motokwe go kgakala kgosi o sala segwa ko dutlwe.
Residents of Tswana are encouraged to do the needful in a fortnight to elect a leader to be coronated by Minister Khotla Autlwetse to pay for village developments to take place. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Tshwane.
Ramotswa Council Chairperson Re Zahir Jalal says water shortage remains a cause for concern for residents of Mahope Disana Ward. He says the Water Utilities Corporation is working around the clock to complete the Mahope Disana water reticulation project. Re Jalal mentioned this when addressing a full council meeting in Ramotswa. Lone Sekobo.
Mr. Jalal stated that even though they are facing shortage of water in the district, on a positive note, the number of areas that are not receiving water in Ramotswa has significantly reduced and believes this will continue to improve once the Lobatse master plan is complete.
Although we are not yet out of the woods, at least we are positive that with enough water that we are anticipating from Gaborone, once the Lobatse master plan is complete, all the areas within Ramotswa, Otse, Mogobani will receive enough water.
Kgaolo e setse e supagala gore go Magope yaka go ntse go na le water reticulation e le gore ke phase 1 phase 1 e setse e le motsele e le tsweletse mme gompieno yana ke leboga thata gore ya re ka go ntse go sena madi a phase 2 madi a phase 2 a setse a bonegetse gore after phase 1 e wela go tla go simolla go connectiwa metsi se ke se itumelang thata ka gore kgaolo e ntse e tshwenya ke ngwe ya ko motse o golelang teng ha re lebile kgaolo yotlhe.
On other issues, the Malete Land Board is said to be facing a major challenge of shortage of land, which forces them to now turn plowing fields into residential plots. Even though they are facing a challenge, the Land Board stated that they are hoping to allocate at least 307 residential plots before end of this financial year.
Our Land Board has so far allocated a total of 1,859 residential plots against a targeted 2,607 residential plots. The Land Board is in the process of surveying and registering approximately 307 residential plots located in Ramotswa.
We are now forced to go for agricultural land, which is not a good thing to do, especially renale program le demoletlotlo yana. Ke kganya gore re le ka go golela mo mantsweng go ile gore go gare affected the agricultural land.
Councillors were encouraged to meaningfully put the interests of public at heart, as this can help improve their lives. Lona Sekobo, BTV News, Ramotswa.
You're watching BTV News and thank you for staying with us. Now the Pandamatenga silos are done and ready for commissioning. This was revealed by one of the Special Economic Zones Authority board members, Mebuikanyo Matipa, during a site visit of the project as part of an introduction for new members. The board entails 8 members that will give the organization a strategic direction and discuss all issues pertaining to its envisioned development. Kitso Temani.
Mr. Radisego says they have started implementing strategic actions item which includes hosting of private sector engagements with the business community and also carrying out consultations with companies in localities that have the potential to expand into the CESA with a goal of uniting them for a common goal of employment creation.
We need working special economic zones in our localities, as they are the key to alleviating the high unemployment rate we are faced with as the leaderships, and improving the quality of life of our communities. Ya nonka jaga ke sa tswa go bua betso go botlhokwa gore re tsenye letsogo, re tsenye leitlho le le tseneletseng, re be re bone gore bonya bo botsalwa yeng, gore jaaka ne re kile re ipeela dielo gore tshwantse be re le hakae mo nako e rileng ke eng go nna bonya jaaka go ntse go le bonya.
Let us continue embracing the reform as we journey towards achieving prosperity for all in all the CES localities by 2036, while we ensure that no one is left behind.
It is important for communities to approach things in a different way, which will improve their lives.
We need to approach things in a different manner. We need to approach things with mindset change. And we need to do things at the end of the day, they will bear fruit and influence positive development in terms of the new order So it is absolutely vital for us to stand together.
With the right mindset, we will overcome and any challenge me ka jalo betso ne le gone go ba amogela ya la re amogela bone bo meara le ba dilo mo faramong ya bone le gone gore ke thagolo le tsela molatilo wa foramo bo worship meara wa Francis Town bo rera disigo.
Mayors were urged to align their district developments and urban development planning process with CESA to ensure that no Motswana is left behind. Abigail Madorobo, BTV News, Nata.
Now, Senfire Motheo mine in the Khanzi district, which was opened in 2023, is said to be progressing well, having started production of copper in July of the same year. The Motheo Operations General Manager, Re Hendrikas Engelbeck, shared this with the Dikhosi during the tour of the mine. The mine exports about 400 tons of copper concentrate to Walvis Bay per day, where it is shipped to smelters around the world. Leseo Mokwaisi.
Motheo Copper Mine is one of the few recently acquired mining operations by a Senfire company in Botswana, and currently the work on site is progressing well, and the mine is now fully operational, and copper concentrate is now being exported to Walvis Bay Dry Port in Namibia, where it is shipped to smelters around the world.
Your presence here signifies a strong partnership between ourselves and the community in which we operate. We are delighted to host you again this year, as this presents an opportunity for our business partners and ourselves to showcase, among other things, the important work that we do here and the significant role our mine plays in the local community.
We weren't fully operational yet, and now since July last year we started producing copper and in full production. So we gave them an update. We're busy expanding our capability. We recently did that with the installation of a new ball mill. So we're up our throughput, and we are getting close to the point where you can say we are fully sustainable mine, where we are producing copper and it's part of a normal run-of mine business. So it's equally important for us to be transparent in the way we do business and assure them that we've got their best interest, the environment's best interest, and the company's reputation at heart.
The Mantop executive says that dream is to make sure that the Khanzi community benefits fully from the available opportunities, but at times they are forced to import skilled personnel from outside the district.
We send fire we have priority being high kana bana ba gantsi ha ile gore bana le tse di tlhokang kira di kitso le boitsana be bo gongwe maka ba ka dira a mangwe ba ga itse re na le project e re bitsa managed aquifer recharge. Is the first project of its type in the country. Re tsa metsi ra busetsa gape mo lehatsheng gore a nna tswela a le teng re kgona go a dirisa hela baruti le dineighbors tsa rona le bana ba rona ba tla tsholong.
Khanzi and Chelsea district leaders applauded Senfire management for the good gesture of always updating them on the mine's progress and its future aspirations.
It has been it is what third time being present into this mining talks. I'm getting convinced that things which are done here are too open for everyone, and they give us a platform to engage and also to make contributions.
Ki itumelela thata gore re bona kgolo ya komponi mme ke a go leka go feta gape gore a komponi e gole le rona re le setšhaba sa gantsi. We appreciate the CIC corporate social responsibility initiatives, the development that we have seen thus far. We know how we have developed as Marama, and also the benefit of that, and the community at large.
Motheo Copper Mine plant started processing ore since July last year, and they export about 400 tons of concentrate to Walvis Bay per day. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Motheo Copper Mine.
And that's how we end our bulletin this hour. Thank you very much for staying with us. Sports is standing by.
Thank you so much, Kayano. Good afternoon. I am Liza Osegeng with your World of Sport, and we are starting off with football news. The men's Take Care camp ended with a baptism of fire last night following a 4-0 drubbing by Russia in a much-anticipated friendly match played in Antalya. Tapelo Banda reports for us.
Russia dominated the match right after the first whistle, pinning the local ladies to their own half for most of the first half. Russia took the lead 3 minutes into the first half from Anna's set piece. It wasn't long after the opening goal when Russia made it 2-0. Just a few minutes before the halftime, Russia took advantage of yet another set piece to make it 3-0 going into recess. Coach Malete's ladies came back stronger and more organized in the second half, managing to play in the Russian half to create chances. It wasn't until in the 86th minute when Russia was awarded a penalty and the captain once again made it 4-0.
Yesterday you have asked us about ranking, and now we can say that yes, of course it matters, the ranking, but what we would like to point out that Botswana is a very organized team, and the girls Botswana team, they did their best. It was difficult for them to play under pressing, but in the free zones they were good.
Obviously, there are a lot of lessons to be taken from this game, and there are a lot of good things that we did, especially off the ball. It's not easy to play out of possession for most parts of the game. It requires a lot of fitness, it requires a lot of mental strength, and we showed that in terms of mental strength we are there. We are able to compete, and also, like they're saying, we are able to create opportunities on the break, and we are not able to take them. We also need to work on just tactical aspects of the match, especially the transition moment when we have won the ball. We need to play teams of this profile, SETSWANA, Russia. You are able to pick up things that you cannot be able to pick from other teams. So for us, it's been a good match. It's been a very productive camp.
The men's Take camp ended today, and the team is expected back home on Friday, where they are yet to embark on an international camp in the coming months. Tapelo Banda, BTV Sport, Antalya, Take.
Ngabe regional teams have been urged to seek and secure collaborations with different stakeholders in order to elevate their clubs and forge partnerships that will elevate the standard of football in the region. This was said by football administrator Mr. Olmulefi Obenne at a capacity building workshop organized by NAKO United in collaboration with Sport for Life. Anthony Tobogang.
NAKO United, affectionately known as Majombolo, received a 2.7 million Pula 3-year sponsorship from Okavango Wilderness Safaris in September 2023 And part of the agreement was for Majombolo to assist Nghabe regional football teams with capacity building on football administration in order to develop football in Ngamiland, which is the center of the company's operations.
Tota basically se re stetse mo maung le re go simolodisa motseletsele wa di program ke ya ka o bona tsatsi eno re le ka kwano re dirile yone workshop yone go re tle go abelana maele le di team tse di ka kwana tse di mo regioneng ya Nghabe ba kgone go tsena ha re leng teng re le NAKO United ba kgone go ngoka ba rotloetsi ba kgone go tsholetsa dithopa tsa bone ka bongwe ka bongwe.
And we concentrated on 3 areas, which is how to run a club, marketing, promotion, and developing partnership. When you look at these areas, these are your pains in football, because we always talk of governance this, governance that. And it specifically speaks to how to run a club, your club administration, how is it organized. And as we are going through the course or the workshop, we realize that football and sport, we have the same problems. Whether we go Palape or go Gaborone or go South Africa, we're always crying about the same thing.
Teams representatives focused more on coming up with solutions to the perennial headache of a lack of resources and funds, further highlighting that workshops of this caliber are a necessity as they will benefit the region as a whole.
Re labogela NAKO United e se diretse gompieno cause re setse re ithutile go le gontsi se ne ntse re sa se itse gore re tshwanetse go package club tsa rona ya gore di ise to our sponsors. Se re se ithutile ke gore re tshwanetse go simolola ka our players ele our first lines go ithela re tswela ka go nte bone ba re bitsa di sponsor.
This workshop will be an annual event, and the organizers have promised to keep an eye on the developments taking place in the Nghabe Regional Football League. Anthony Tobarang, BTV Sport, Maung.
And finally, 2 top women football referees, Joyce Tsepe and Lungo Tsogang, say they are proud to be amongst the panel of referees who will officiate at the 13th edition of the African Games to be held in Accra, Ghana next month. The duo promised to impress at the Games as their performance could open doors for more international competitions. Katlego Khakole has the details.
The 2023 Botswana Football Association Women's Referee of the Year, Tsepe, who hails from Kumakwane, started her football career at Manana FC in Molepolole before joining the officiating panel. The 30-year-old Tsepe, who flew Botswana's flag high at the 2022 Hollywood Beach COSAFA Women Champions League, promised to do her best as this could pave her way for future opportunities.
Ya go fishita gone ko All Africa Games ko Ghana e le gore tlebele ka di 8 to di 29 tsa ga March mo go ne ga mpontsha gore go na le kgolo mo se ke se dirang e bile go mpontsha gore tsela go pele bulegile se se leng teng hela ke go bereka ka thata le go tsenya matla a tlhokagalang le go dirisanya le ba bangwe kana go tsotlhe go se kgolo ga e tswe hela mo go nna ke le one e tswa mo go rona rotlhe team.
Tsogang, who was selected to officiate at the 2022 Region 5 Games held in Malawi, began her football career at a tender age and hung her boots in 2017 at Swanen Senior Secondary School. From there, she developed interest in officiating and never looked back, as she is currently one of the top referees for both Botswana Premier League and National First Division League.
Ke le gone go bo AFCON go World Cup so me hela go simolla ka nna tota ya self discipline ke yone e leng gore ka ntsa ya nkisa hale ha do ke yone e ka ntsa nya nkisa hale ha ke a tshwanna go nna hela week relax a ke no World Cup will come tota ya ke raba to ke ro bona le thapelo hela ha o rapela ga ke ke a go tsaya go isa hale wena o le motho le wena o sa iteka wa iphusha wa ikisa hale thapelo le go bereka ka thata di tsamaya tsote ke gone ka ipona o hitlhela ditoro tsa gago.
Botswana Referees Association manager Podisora Setsoga said the historic selection of the duo is a clear indication that refereeing in Botswana is making strides, and as it is the first time 2 local referees have been appointed to officiate at the continental competition.
Re letetse gore ba ka bitswa mo khoseng ya Elite B e leng gore ano e tle ba ruruhatsa gore ba mo Elite B. Ha bo mo Elite B ano bana le one pitlhelelo o khone gona le one khone gore ba ka hella be le gore ba mo Elite e leng gore ke one itlhala yena le professional referees ba leng gore are paid on monthly basis ke CAF ba bitswa go di professional referee tse leng gore ano bone ba na le gore ba ka duelwa kgwedi le kgwedi ya no phitlhele re na le tshologelo e tona gore ba ka tsena mo Elite B e re go bohelong ba tsena mo Elite A mme gape re na le tumelo e tona gore gongwe mongwe wa bona o ka kgethelwa go ya go WAFCON e leng gore re ilebile mo ngwageng yone e leng gore the Mess e qualifies ka gore list ya teng ga isetswe mme o ka irang sentle thata gone kwa re na le tumelo ya gore o ka kgethelwa. The
Botswana Referees Association duo will leave for Accra, Ghana on the 4th of March, where Tsepe will officiate as the main referee, while Dikgang will play her role as the assistant referee. Katlego Kakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Well, and that is it for sport this hour. I'll be back with more at 5 o'clock, but stay tuned because In Context continues with Kaelo.